First of all, the obvious stuff. This includes shit like grooming, having a decent haircut, working out, not dressing like a little kid, smiling, and so on. There are tons of videos and articles out there about this shit. Someone will make a video like 3 tips on getting girls, and it's stuff like number 1, get a haircut, number 2, don't be fat. Well, duh! Gee, thanks. I had no idea that if I cut my hair like Justin Bieber's when he was 14, that girls wouldn't like it. I had no idea that if I was 200 pounds overweight, girls wouldn't like it. Thanks for telling me. Great advice. So yeah, I'm not going to waste time talking about stuff like that. I'm going to assume that you're smart enough to know that if you're 5,000% body fat, you need to go to the gym. And if your hair is like 2 feet long, you need to cut it. This video isn't going to be any generic advice like that anyone can come up with. This is going to be specific stuff that you can actually start doing right now and that you may not have thought of before. Number 1, grow a beard. Something I've discovered is, if you have a face that's extremely good looking naturally, then you usually look better without a beard, so people can see it. But if you have a face that's average or below average, then you usually look better with a beard, because what it does is help to hide the imperfections. You may have heard that people find symmetrical faces attractive. Most faces aren't symmetrical, but when you have a beard, it usually covers half your face, which means half of that asymmetry is now hidden. So you look twice as symmetrical as you did before. It's called math. Also, it serves to hide your fucked up jawline, or your acne, or anything else you might not like about your face. Try it out. Number 2, be confident. Lucky for you, just last week I actually posted a video that was basically called How to Be Confident, and it had 30 tips you can immediately use to start boosting your confidence right off the bat. Yeah, 30 fucking things. It's pretty much the best video on YouTube. Check it out. Do it, because as I'm sure you already know, girls like confidence. They don't want to be around someone who's insecure and desperate. If that's you, then watch the How to Be Confident video. Number 3, be positive. In addition to confidence, something that's often overlooked is positivity. People like to be around positive people. Think about it. You want to be around someone who's always complaining, always being negative about stuff, doing negative things and all that? Fuck no, you don't. The problem with guys is that a lot of them act negative as fuck around girls. They complain, they grill her about, "Why don't you like me? Why don't you text me back faster?" And they act all emotional. They tell a joke and then they look to see if the girl's laughing and they feel bad if she isn't. Cut that shit out. Girls hate it. Even guys hate it. I fucking hate it. Everybody fucking hates it. People like positive people because positivity makes you feel better. Duh, think about it. Positive people are active. They enjoy doing things. They talk to people because it's fun, not because they want to impress them. They have goals and ambitions and dreams and passions. They don't sweat the small stuff. They don't complain about little things because they don't care about little things. They have their own lives and they enjoy living them. They don't latch onto the girl and try to live her life or try to control her life. If you're smiling and having fun, you will instantly be more attractive than when you're not smiling and having fun. Now keep in mind, this doesn't mean you should fake it. People who fake having fun usually just look like tryhards. You should legitimately have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, why the fuck are you doing it? For example, don't just listen to what a girl says while being bored out of your mind and only listening because you hope to have sex with her later. Be serious. That's usually what you do when you're out on dates, isn't it? Yeah, fuck that. Listen to what she says and take an interest in it, or at least see if there's anything interesting about it. Anything you can learn from. Questions you can ask that you actually care about the answers to. Cool personality traits that she has that you can play off, and so on. If you don't give 2 shits about what she's talking about and you know you never will, then steer the conversation to something you do care about. Number 4, have a pet. Honestly, everyone likes animals, and having a pet just makes you seem like a nicer, more well-rounded guy who isn't a douchebag and who is responsible enough to take care of someone. Also, people are very protective of their pets. So if a girl has a dog and you say you don't like dogs, it doesn't matter if you look like Ryan fucking Reynolds. That girl's gonna dock you at least 2 to 3 points. If you like dogs but you don't have one, she'll give you +1. If you like dogs and you also have one, she'll give you +2. So if you like animals, get one. Disclaimer: if you don't like animals, don't get one just to impress a girl. If you know you're not going to take care of it, that's just dumb. Plus, being irresponsible is a very unattractive trait, so it'll just work against you anyway. Number 5, have shit you care about. Attractive guys aren't just empty shells. They usually have at least one hobby that they're really passionate about. Maybe a sibling or a parent or a pet that they really care about. Dreams that they really want to achieve, and so on. If you're just a generic dude who doesn't care about anything, that's extremely unattractive, because you're just gonna latch onto the girl and start inserting yourself in her life, doing things she cares about with her friends, and it just makes you look stupid. If you don't have any hobbies, get one. If you don't have any dreams, get one. Personally, there's nothing I find less attractive in a girlfriend or even in just a friend than someone who has no dreams and doesn't give a fuck about anything. That's just dumb. If a girl asks you what you're into and you're like, I don't know, I like partying and drinking and hanging out with friends and stuff. Like, wow, come on, dude. Hell, you can be a huge Harry Potter fanboy if you want, just to have something. Number 6, get a cool car. This is an easy one. All you have to do is drive down to the Lambo dealership, trade in whatever you already drive, and buy one. No big deal. No, but seriously, even an unattractive guy driving a cool car will get a couple of free points just for that alone. Why? Because it's cool, it's fun, it makes a great first impression, and it allows her to think she looks cool when she's riding around with you. And you don't even have to be rich. I'm not talking about Lambos and Ferraris and shit like that. Hell, for the price of a new Camry, you can get a used BMW. Or for the price of a new BMW, you can get a used Hellcat or a Corvette or anything in that range. Plus, driving a badass car is fun. You don't even have to care about getting girls. Number 7, talk less. Don't go on talking and talking. Let the girl talk. Don't text more than she texts you. Don't call her more than she calls you. Don't send her a long-ass text if she's sending you a short-ass text. If she asks you a question and you know the answer is gonna suck, don't sit there trying to defend yourself to her. Less is more. A lot of guys suffer from over-talking and it's really unattractive. If she texts you and you're not sure if you should reply or not, the answer is you shouldn't. When in doubt, just be quiet. There's nothing worse than a guy who talks and talks but doesn't actually have anything worth saying. So, those are the 7 ways to instantly become more attractive. Try them out for a few days.
Everyone, my name is Alex Costa, and I'm sure we've all seen it. The guy who's always well dressed, everyone likes him, and it always seems like he has his together. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to become one of those guys with these 10 habits that you can start doing today. Starting with number 1, lay out your clothes before you go to bed. Now, I know you're thinking, how is this annoying habit that our parents used to tell us to do when we were kids going to make us more attractive? Well, we all have those days where we hit the snooze button and sleep a little bit too much, we're running a little behind, or we're having a bit of an off morning. The last thing you want to worry about is which clothes you're going to wear. Even if it's school or work, you want to make sure that you have everything nice and ready for tomorrow. That includes making sure that your shoes are clean, your shirt is ironed, and having your socks ready with your accessories picked out the night before. If you have a meeting the next day or a date, or maybe you're just going out with the boys, you know what I mean? This is gonna make sure that you look your best the next day. This little extra attention to detail will put you ahead of everyone else and make sure that you look your best at all times. The next habit that you have to get used to is taking care of your skin. And remember guys, skincare is a daily thing. The sooner you start it, the better the results. So start now. It is meant to keep your skin looking young, clean, and fresh. And it's not something that you can just easily fix after the damage is done. Look at men like John Stamos, George Clooney, Robert Downey Jr. They somehow look better with each passing birthday. And if you think that daily skincare routine doesn't have anything to do with this, you're way off. Genetics will definitely play a role, but the majority of the time it's conscious daily actions of washing and moisturizing your face and wearing sunscreen that will help us men look young for a long time. Plus, as a teenager, you should strive to have clear skin, right? No pimples, no spots, no zits, anything like that. So make sure that you develop a skincare routine that you can do every single day. If you're interested in improving your skincare routine, I do have a video on my channel on how to get clear skin fast. I'm gonna leave you that link right in the description below the video. Number 3 is something that not too many people do anymore, but it's very, very important. Give people your full attention. Put your phone down, look them in the eye, nod your head when they're talking. Let people know that they have your full attention. There's so many distractions out here nowadays, right? You have ads, social media, our phones, everything else happening around us. When somebody pays attention to what you're saying, it just means so much. And you shouldn't just do this when you're on a date. You should do this every day with family, friends, and anyone who's around you. Have your phone face down on the table or put it in your pocket and just give someone your full undivided attention for a few minutes at least. And guess what? Looking people in the eye has a certain seduction character to it. So do it and you will look more attractive instantly. Next up, you know what else is gonna make you look more attractive? Being in charge. Whether it's making really tough choices or picking the restaurant that you and your girlfriend are going to tonight, being in charge is attractive. It shows people that you're a leader, but it also means taking charge when you make mistakes. So make sure you do that too. But the biggest reason why being in charge is so attractive is because it means that you are a problem solver. You're committed to fixing anything that needs improvement. This goes for work, relationships, family. It makes everyone around you feel safer and secure. Tip number 5, learn to use the right body language and posture. You can be the most stylish guy in the room. You can have the most expensive watch and suit. You can be the CEO of $1 million company, but if you have your hands in your pocket and you're slouching, no one is gonna take you seriously. Always walk with your back straight, chest out, and be confident. Walk into the room knowing that you are amazing. And you know what messes up our posture more than anything? This guy. Be really careful when you're on your phone so that you're not slouching forward like this, texting people, because this is not the way you want to be. Get used to standing tall, and you're going to look like a guy who is strong and confident, and that's what you want. You know what else is attractive? Being positive. We all know them, the negative Nancys, the energy-sucking vampires. There's a reason we don't like being around them. They bring us down. We like people who lift us up and bring positive energy into our lives. And I'm not saying you need to be constantly happy and overly energetic, because first of all, that's kind of creepy, and second of all, it's probably not realistic. But it is sexy to be positive in all situations. And the secret to being positive is never finishing a sentence on a negative note. For example, all right, I have this problem, but guess what? I'm gonna figure out how to overcome it. Instead of, man, I can't believe this happened. This only happens to me. This sucks. Be a positive person, because that's gonna get you more jobs, more friends, and allow you to live a better life overall. Number 7, exercise. And if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that this had to be on today's list. I've said this before on the channel. Whenever I travel, I always make sure that I have a gym nearby or at the hotel that I'm staying in. Even if I'm in England, Spain, Dominican Republic, it doesn't matter. If I'm back home in LA, you've probably seen on my Instagram, I'm always trying to stay active. I'm always trying to be the best version of myself. And you don't even need a gym membership. If you go play basketball with your friends, if you go swimming, if you go running, if you go dancing, it all counts as exercising. As long as your body is moving, you're gonna feel the results almost immediately. And not only are you gonna look better, but also you're gonna feel healthier, it's gonna fix your posture, it's gonna alleviate stress. It has so many other instant benefits. Which leads me to my next point. Get a hobby. Have you ever talked to someone, right, and that person just casually slips out that they're an amateur skydiver or a guitar player or a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? And didn't that make you think, damn, this guy is really cool? By getting a hobby, you become more interesting and you start showing off more personality through these hobbies. Whether it's drawing or making desserts or skateboarding, these things are unique to you and they're interesting to everyone else. And no one can take that away from you. Not only is this gonna make you a more interesting person when you're being sociable and talking to other people, but also hobbies make you happier, right? Because you're actually genuinely enjoying doing that activity. And that is attractive. Number 9, having good manners. A simple please and thank you goes a long way, all right? It makes people like you. And it also shows that you're grateful. So don't limit it to just your close friends or your family or your girlfriend. Say it to strangers, say it to anyone around you. People really judge you based on how you treat others. And trust me, if you're on a date with a girl, she is definitely interested in knowing how you are going to treat her friends, her family. So if you have good manners, that is the way to go. Being a man with good manners is what gives off confidence, warmth, kindness, and girls are really into that. Being a well-dressed man is great, right? It's one thing, but being a well-dressed man with manners is what takes you from a handsome dude to a classy and sexy mofo. Next up, there's no chance I could leave this off of this list, and of course, it is having a good grooming routine. Imagine this for a second. You're out and about, you're meeting new people, you get home and you look in the mirror and you're gonna congratulate yourself from having an amazing day, making new friends, being sociable. Then you realize there is a long hair coming out of your nose and you think, how many people have seen this today? This is a confidence killer. So set a day of the week where you clip your nails, trim your beard, trim the hairs in your nose and ears, and get yourself a haircut. That way, you're never gonna go through this embarrassment again, and it's gonna help you feel good about the way that you look at all times. Guys,